Hello everyone, my name is Adreden and we are in a mod that I'm actually making right now. I'm just going to do a small little stream just to sort of make sure my system is working so we don't have any sort of weird sound issues, and then I'm going to go back over to Ravenhearst for like as much time as I got. Yeah, I'm just going to do like a bit of quick testing probably every day. I had to do some like stuff with thumbnails and some other things, and so it took a little bit of time here to get everything rolling. But I think it's all good. Let me know if I did miss up on the titles. I thought I had changed them all, but maybe they didn't. Anyhow, so this is going to be sort of how you start. I'm going to have to change. One thing I didn't change yet is these starting things. Down in my hotbar, you can kind of see some strange things. There's there's Guppy's torches, which kind of cool. I like them. You can give them a toss, and then they just sort of burn there for a while. I don't actually know if you can re-pick them up, but if you do throw them, they last for a little bit of time only, and then they're done. So, but I'm gonna get. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've asked him about using everything. He's pretty cool with it as long as I give attribution to him and whatnot. And I've got a couple other mods from other people, but most of the stuff is mine, and so we're gonna go with that. And so one of the other things that we can see here are these strange blue things. These are going to be known as respirocytes, or yeah, whatever. There's lots of different things we're going to do here. And they are going to be basically a boost. I think what I'm going to do, yeah, is as if some stranger gave them to you or something, to be able to survive in the wasteland. I'm going to make 3 different grades of them. Hi, Survivalist, how's it going? How's the stream? That's sort of, I'm just doing a quick little short one for this. I'm going to take then a minute or two break, and then come back and do more Ravenhearst. But, yeah, this is sort of a bit of my mod. So, that's sort of what we're doing here. Yes, but what I'm going to do is do maybe 3 grades of this respirocytes, sort of less like a child's dose, and then a civilian adult's dose, and then a military dose. Each one will be in different locations. Well, you're going to start off with the child's one, and it's going to give you a bit of a boost, because like right now, if we're running, you can see like we're losing stamina, you know, pretty much, and then if we're jumping, we're going to be out of stamina in just a moment. There, we're already done. So we can't run and jump like 100 meters. Like, we're terrible. We are just not good. So, oh, that is an interesting find. So one of the things I want to do with the melee mod is make it so that there's a reduction in guns, just a little bit, not like an insane amount. I don't want it to be that there's nothing for those who like to use guns in this particular mod. Just a smidgen. I just want to sort of tip the balance a little bit more towards melee for this mod. I've got other mods that I want to work on. I've got the Vampire mod, which is on the back burner for now, you know, that's fine. Ooh, short iron pipes. So now this is one of the things that I want to change into. I didn't actually, I haven't changed that. Okay, well, I've got to change that one. So let's say that we find the short iron pipe. We want to actually be able to pull up a pipe like this pipe instead, which is a melee club pipe. So we're going to get rid of the short iron pipe. I'm just going to switch them back and forth for today. I got to put this on the list. There's a lot of little things that I need to work on. So let's say we find an iron pipe. Instead of having a pipe that you can't use, you now got a pipe that you can use. Bam. You get right into melee immediately. Now you could actually even craft Jesus, more bullets. Yeah, this is one of the things I really need to change is the loot system, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. It's kind of fun and cool. Let's go north because it's a little bit nicer always. We could also go south because this is all about melee. Morning, Bone Kraken. How's it going? Yeah, so as you can see, I'm really freaking tired. But if we take our dose of respirocytes, now this is probably more on the level of having like a military grade at the moment, because I was just sort of trying out the buff. But bam, you have this, and now we have an extreme boost in our stamina, jumping is not nearly as bad. Now, what I think is that, so that even right now in our real world, there is a bit of a development of something called, like respire sites, right? And there's a couple of different things, things going on. Yeah, this is just a bit of a test. We're not going to do like a playthrough yet of this. I'm just sort of showing things and testing things. I've already just discovered that I need to change the short iron pipe over to this iron pipe. There's headshots in a way in this. It's not like Skippy's mod, but if you've seen the streams before, like a month or two ago, you know what it's about. They aren't about popping heads, so that's pretty cool. I do like that. It's just not how I actually, you know, have it implemented. Or am I gonna fall into the ground? Come on down, or up, or whatever. I guess they're up. There he is. So the bodies in this are much more like, I guess, traditional zombies, where like the bodies are like, I'm gonna change the knees, and so the knees are harder. But you could smash on them a lot more on their bodies, and they're not really gonna die. Holy! Why did you jump? Okay, whatever. But if you do hit them in the head, this guy's a bit tricky. I'm gonna tone this down a bit too. So, cause the sheer amount of power in like a swing, I think I'd like it more of a. I do kind of like the thing with the with what Skippy's done, where he's made it so that it is only a little bit of extra, like it's a chance to do more damage. But on the other hand, it is kind of nice. So I'm gonna have to remember that this POI is like easy to get into. One bullet? No, okay, good. Oof. Actually, that was a good find right there. Steroids, nice. Now I haven't really done anything with encumbrance or crafting or anything yet, but yeah, a lot easier to smash zombies in the head. But I think like starting off, that's a bit much. So I've got to balance that out a little bit more. I keep tweaking it all the time, because to kill a zombie on level 1 like that is a bit much. Every time? I don't know. And I do also want to increase the zombie spawns. And so, yeah, anyways, I've got this whole system of mods and stuff for weapons that I want to test out, and I'll probably need other people's opinions on them. I've got to make the crafting system a little bit better right now. I've been bringing back schematics. I was doing most of that yesterday. Started the work like in, was it early January, and then put it on the back burner to do some SDX kind of stuff, which still chugging along. But if I look up schematics, I haven't really converted most of those ones yet, but I brought back like the auger schematic and these kind of schematics for these different things here, like forge, crucible, anvil, and stuff. So because I kind of like that. I don't personally, I'm gonna like make, I was thinking I might make 2 versions of this. One that is sort of the vanilla progression with the other melee stuff in it, and one that is sort of more, I don't know, real worldy, more knowledge based, more, maybe a little bit less restricted. Definitely not level gated, because I don't like that. And then what's going to happen is let's see, you make it about 1 out of 10 swings to the head for a headshot. Yeah, that would be something a bit better. Right now it's just that the tag damage is way higher on the head, and what I could see is maybe adding, I think it's set to like 2 times the amount of damage right now, and it's kind of crazy, because pretty much every swing just knocks them out. Though if you're not very good at headshots, you're gonna have a pretty much impossible time, because trying to aim for the body, they are not gonna die, because you could beat on a zombie's body quite a bit, I think, in The Walking Dead, and it'll just keep on coming. That was a headshot. So some of them, like the twitchy ones and such, would be a lot harder to hit. Like Steven here. Yeah, no. If you can't hit his head, you're going to be doing this for a long time. So if this is your thing, it's not going to be easy. But if you can land a headshot, it's way better. So anyway, that's something I've been playing around with for a while, and I still am... I don't know. I don't necessarily want to change it too much, because, you know, I'm very well practiced at doing headshots, but I know a lot of other people are too, right? So it's something that can change. Anyways, yeah, not to make it too easy for players. Yeah, exactly, right? So it's a balancing act. I got to keep working on that one. But anyways, I've been adding back schematics, and I've been playing around, like I played around in December, was it? With making new things for like skills and such. And so I like, right now I was just sort of playing around, and I added this whole attunement, which is kind of like a magic one, but it's just for practice. You know, there's spells and sensing and such. Kind of like, I think Drevex is the guy making a sorcery mod. A couple of people are making sort of magic-y things, but that was I don't know, something that I would start playing with, and I might put it in for my final mod, but it is not going to be in the melee mod. It's just sort of for play, testing around how to put these different ones in here and whatnot. But in theory, like, this one unlocks a particular type of magical kind of card system. Now, the one problem with my headshot system right now is that making the bodies super tough of these guys made it super easy for the bodies of, or makes the vultures nearly impossible to kill, because unless you can land a headshot, they're pretty much indestructible, which is not great. Not exactly what I planned. So I might have to specifically tweak those guys a bit. Now I'm looking for some other things here. Might not be able to show that today real quick. Yeah, this is actually going on a little longer than I thought. But yeah, I've never shown the new sort of the Spirocyte thing, but you can essentially, I'm gonna say maybe at like an adult level or like a military level, you'll be able to rock and roll. The military one may not actually make it into this mod, just because I think my intent for a sort of more military grade one is to fight batter zombies or batter creatures, because I think I want, in my final mod, it'll be something more scary than zombies. That's the plan. Anyhow, let's, because the loot system isn't quite done, I'm gonna just show you other things. Under mods, we've been working on a lot of different ones, and I've currently got Zis bats in here, but I'll probably take them out. I don't know, or make my own things. I just don't want to be totally reliant on other people's stuff, you know? So, I don't know, we may keep those, we may not. But, pickaxe heads, Oh right, and the Thagomizer. Let's put on a Thagomizer for this sucker. I finally got those looking a lot nicer for... Let's put on the black one with the bolts. Let's say, because I haven't got the loot quite done yet, we wanted to put on stuff here. Because we've been working on weapons. This is D-Bat's pipe. Actually, he made this one all by himself. Oh, it's a level 1. Well, that's just unfortunate that it's level 1. Pipe. Let's get a bigger, badder pipe, just because... Modify, and I'm still, I gotta play around a lot with this. You can add a pipe joint onto the head, and now you can see that it's got like a little pipe on the end of it. And that's going to make it probably a little more destructive. Like I said, I got to balance a lot of this stuff out here, so... Boom! Right now, the headshots are just, yeah, way powerful. But, yeah, it could be cool to maybe even... Not for the first release, but, I don't know, to be able to forge, like, a pipe like this and turn it into, like, an axe or something. I think that would be kind of fun. But, you know, if we wanted to also, we could change up this. Instead of having this pipe joint, get off of there, I could put on, apparently, the shovel joint. Is that right? That can't be right. That's probably not done yet. Yeah, that's not done yet. I don't have an attachment point for that. Gotta stop these zombies just for a half second here. And let's just change, modify this, take that off, and put the Thagomizer head on. Yeah, there we go. So what I've done here is I've sort of had the idea to make it like a club that's sort of modeled after the Stegosaurus's tail. And so I did a basic one of those, and then D-Bat was so awesome that he made them look really, really awesome. So, and then I just added some bolts on it so that it looks like it can fit on more types of things. So now they can screw into this thing. They look great on a baseball bat. They're pretty good. At any rate, I've got to balance up each of the mods so that everything actually does something a little bit different. And it doesn't really... The setup right now with the headshots, it doesn't actually matter. So that does need to be tweaked, because, you know, if the lowliest weapon can just, you know, cause an immense amount of damage, then it's not going to be any good. Oops. Let's grab another one of these, because I wanted to show you something. I've also got it so that... put those guys back on. So that, I can debuff the player or whatever has some Respirocytes with this, I don't know, necrotic Respirocyte thing. We just sort of take that, and now we're back to just our baseline stamina, which is terrible. Jumping and stuff sucks, but if we have some more, then we can just have a good old time running around. And yeah, the basic idea is that scientists are working on a way to, like in real life, have it so you can have various forms of artificial blood. One type is having like a highly oxygenated blood using a couple of different methods. One of the best ones is chlorofluorocarbons. Anyways, you know, blood that can hold 1,000 times more oxygen molecules, and thus, you know, totally change up the equilibrium equations in the body, so that, yeah, you have like a ton more stamina. But I do want to put in different levels of it so that it's not quite so powerful. All this at this point is sort of, well, most of it was sort of just testing for functionality, you know, so, and it's kind of going well, I think. So yeah, anyhow, I think I should switch over to Ravenhearst. I'm just going to yeah, maybe get up the stretch, and I'll be back. Oh, I gotta change some titles and whatnot, so I'll be back in just a few minutes. But yeah, there's also other things about collecting rebar and other tools and stuff. Some of it is implemented, it's just there's nothing here yet to really show you that on. I don't see any sort of scrap iron and such. So yeah, and some of it's got to be thrown into the random world generator as a block type, and yeah, I'll get that done. Oh yeah, another thing, I'll just quickly show you this one. I think I like this one a lot. I was gonna make a specific one for this, but a bicycle stand. Let's say we kill these guys. Ah, blocking with his arms. Let's say you go into a house. I mean, my house, we have 3 bikes. So, you know, let's say you're just wandering around the world. You know, bikes are all over the place, right? And so now, my thought was that, why, I mean, if there's this many friggin' cars, there's gonna be bikes, right? Like, occasionally you should probably be able to find a bike in the world and be able to, say, pick it up. And now I've got a freaking bike. And lots of this needs balancing, so... And they're random quality, so I guess this one was a 4 or whatever, but... Because, yeah, like, if you came to my house during the apocalypse, you'd see 3 bikes out there. Greetings, Pennywise, how's it going? Yeah, so that's basically the thing. And lots of people I've talked to have, you know, 2 to 3 bikes in their house. You know, some people have none, but, you know, lots of people have, like, 1. So, I don't know, that's an idea. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts and concerns, things you might want to see. Though at this point I'm kind of feature locked for just like a version 0.01. I just want to try to get everything out and sort of get things mostly balanced, and then I'll start adding more things in again later. Awesome, that's good to hear. Okay, so I'm just going to log out of this after I read this and switch over to Ravenhearst again. So, if you don't mind, you could create parasitic zombies that are weak when they are alone, and then when attached to a zombie, it would evolve the zombie attached to it. Okay, cool. Really nice mod. What is its name? This is a mod that I'm making. I'm calling it the melee mod. It's going to be all about fighting zombies melee style. So, loot. Also plans on bringing back loot. I don't necessarily want, like, a lot of loot, but I think every zombie that was wearing clothes should have some sort of cloth on them. I think that that makes sense, because sometimes you don't want cloth for bandages, sometimes you want it for other things, and, you know, you should be able to get it. But, yeah, we'll see here. And the crafting is going to be potentially different to lots of different things. So we'll kind of go with that. But yeah, so with the respire sights and such, makes it pretty good. And it's, I don't know, a lot more, I guess, like Games for Kicks was saying that he wanted an arcadey one where it's a lot more fun and quick and whatnot. So this would kind of like what Skippy's working on is also kind of more arcadey with the headshots and such. But he's taking out sleepers. I will probably just change the sleeper spawn number. Because I think that's better. Another thing I want to tweak, and I don't think it's working yet, because I don't know that it's actually wired up. The respire sights should make it better for, like, holding your breath, because if you have a lot more oxygen in your blood, you won't need to actually come up for blood, or for air, nearly as much. A little bit of the iVampire mod sneaking in there, but that's a different mod that I'm working on. So anyhow, we'll work on that another day. Yeah, so hopefully this is pretty good. But basically this solves the issue with, you know, having no stamina at the beginning of the game. Now I just gotta balance it for having an appropriate amount day 1. So that's why there's gonna be a child still in your inventory when you wake up. Ah! Yeah, if you hit these dudes in the chest, they're not going down. Because if you did that to a Walking Dead zombie, you could definitely smash them all dang day. Which is why, you know, Rick had such a hard time that one time when they had that metal-plated head dude. Right? But, boom! Headshot. Of course, the Thagomizer should be one of those ideal weapons for it because it's got spikes to get down into the brain, so... Anyway, let's maybe just a look at the simple weapons and the zombie killing system. And yeah, anyways, I'll be back in just a few minutes. We'll do a bit of Ravenhearst. So I'm just gonna change the titles and the thumbnail and such. Is that a pipe with spikes bolted on it. It is a pipe with spikes bolted onto it. Let's, I can just do this real quick. Yep, see? It's got these Thagomizer spikes bolted onto it right through the thing. And, yeah, it works really well. So, anyways, that's just a taste. A little bit longer. Anyways, if you guys want like me to do a series at some point, I'm going to keep on balancing this stuff out because it's, the changes I've made. The zombies are also different, and I'll talk about that, I guess, in another episode. Or you could go back, because I've talked about it in January, I think I was doing some of this mod, of my modding stuff. Yeah. It's a lot easier doing XML stuff than it is doing the SDX and the, you know, making 3D models and stuff. Like, making 3D models and stuff, you could spend days modeling it and texturing it and then porting it into Unity and then putting it back into the game. It takes a lot more time. So, but a lot of that is done, and I consider for the base game. And I do have a friend, DBat, who is working on stuff still, which is amazing and awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna log out of this now. So, did you say it's Thagomizer? It's a joke from what, Larson for the. Anyways, I'll talk about that another time. I should switch over to Ravenhearst. Usually a pipe long enough, or usually a pipe enough kill a zombie with a good swing. Yeah, exactly, right? And so that's what I've kind of been working on, is that these are more, oops, come on, turn off. More of a Walking Dead style zombie rather than an undead monster that seems to prevail so much in this particular mod, or in this particular alpha version. They are just sort of, they're not potentially as bad. If you're terrible at headshots, then they're gonna be tough to kill. So shooting them in the chest with an arrow is not going to be as easy. But hey, that's just a thing people have to deal with. I'm gonna make it so that you can also pick up signs. Maybe not all the signs, but some of these signs, I want to make it so that you can take them out of the ground and use them as a weapon, because that's sort of my thing. I think, I see this sign, and if I was to go back here, run, and drop kick it, in reality, you know, if I did this for a while, it would come out of the ground and I could smash zombies with it. So some of them in real life, I think, are cemented into the ground and stuff, so I don't know. Just some thoughts. I haven't really done that, and so that would actually require me to go in, and I actually have got a lot of these files already. Go into the game, pull this asset out of the resources.assets, and then turn it into a Unity prefab, so. But it's just a matter of doing it, so. I'll get it done. Oh, probably not for version 1. Maybe we'll see. Depends on how much time it takes to do other little things. Hi, I hear you over here. Hello, Arlene. Oh. Come on, you. Great. You can make a scrap melee with it. Yeah, well, that's sort of the point, I think, in general, is to use a lot of different things. For today, I guess I'm going to show you the rebar. Let's say you were to find some rebar on the ground, right? Or in a pile of scrap iron. You'd be able to pick up the rebar. Oh, dang it. It's that one friggin' damaged. Just like that. But if you'd be able to pick it up. And then... Right. It is over here. Yeah. So, yeah. If it was down on the ground, you'd be able to pick it up, and it would be a, you know, you'd now have a giant chunk of rebar to use as a zombie killing implement. And there's ways to turn this rebar into a pickaxe and a shovel now. All those different things. So that you can make things more interesting. And you can progress through the game a lot more. That was sort of S'more MC85's idea, right? Because I think that that's a kind of interesting idea, how to do this. Exactly, right? I want to smack a zombie with a stop sign. Stop, you damn zombie! Stop! Or, what's the other ones? Trouble ahead, or... I don't know. There's lots of good signs out there I think are quite fun, so... Bam! Take that. Rebar to the face. I guess I'm actually having quite a bit of fun doing this here. Nope, that's the wrong place to be searching for that. We've also got... and this one is not quite done. Is an old stick. Just kind of go like this here. A little bit of that. So you'll be able to pick up like sticks and use them as weapons as well. This one's sort of more designed as a spear, and you can craft it into a spear as well. So, and then, but it can also have additions onto it too. Let's see if we can poke this guy in the brain. Boom, brained with a stick. We want stick mods? I guess I was just actually looking up stick, wasn't I? Don't think those are the mods. Mods. Where are they? The nail is... Oh yeah, that's another guy we're trying to do here. Right, you can turn the stick into a spear using things. What's the other one that we wanted here? I guess I'll quickly show off the plank as well. Plank handle is this guy. But I also wanted to show... Ah, here it is. This cool feature. Something that Dawn did, or DBAT, and it was awesome. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. Was that you could take the stick and you could put on this... Oh, my headset just went crazy. 1 second, guys. Just gotta change the battery. As I fumble around for it. There. Always the worst on Horde Night or whatever. But it made it so that it has a piece of cool little cloth on it. That flops around as you move around. So it looks pretty cool when you're like actually fighting and stuff. This is basically just a dig animation, but you know, whatever. So it's I don't know, it just adds a little bit of life, I think, to the whole thing. But it looks pretty cool. Anyways, you can also at some point there's a sharpened stick as well. I don't know if I have the recipe in for it yet, but that's all right. But let's say you also find a hunting knife. Now you should be able to take the hunting knife and turn that into a spear. So, like, if we zoom in on this, now we've got the hunting knife, and we turned it into a long-handled weapon to fight with, right? So, bam. Just, what I want to do is sort of free up the game a little bit, make it a lot less linear and whatnot, and have it so that it's, I don't know, just give you lots of little options to do stuff with, because I really like that. You could turn the rebar into a spear, yes. I have not done the actual 3D model for the spear tip for the rebar yet, but, I need also possibly to get, like, I could take these mods here, like the 3D models that I have, and then, make it so that you could maybe weld them to these tips, or fuse them with a forge, or maybe... put on like fiberglass resin, because I do have also for now, a secondary level of rebar, which is the rebar double club, which is this one here, which is sort of a fused rebar with 2 bits of rebar and some fiberglass resin between them. I don't know. It's just a, you know, work in progress, this guy. But it's kind of fun because you can also do fun things like add, you know, if you want to turn that into a pickaxe now, it is now a pickaxe. If you wanted to make it into a hoe. Now, I think what I want to do is, because there's an option where you can change things permanently or you can leave them modifiable. And I don't quite know what I want to do with this, but let's take off this. You want to make it into a hoe. Now, a hoe, so you can do some gardening. Now, this one doesn't quite match this model, but yeah, I don't know. For other systems, it's sort of a proof of concept, right? Like, you'd be able to take the stick, for example, and put this head on it, and then that stick now is able to do gardening, right? That's sort of the idea. Give you options for that kind of stuff. Turn it into modify the shovel. Bam! Now it's a shovel. I always like putting it on the fire axe head, though. It's probably my favorite. Looks pretty cool. Modify. And now it is a fire axe version. So, just like that. I don't know. That's some of the craziness. What is the other head that uses all this stuff? It wasn't the rebar. I think it was one of the bats? No. It was the tool handle, right? Because you can also, like, if you were to run into a hardware store, like, I keep looking at my hardware store that's a couple blocks away from me. You know, you can buy all these things separate and put them together. You know, you can find like a tool handle. So, where's a good angle? Probably there, right? And then now this is just the standard tool handle. But if I wanted to turn this into something else, say the pick, then I can put a pick head on it, and it is now a pick, right? I don't know. This whole system is totally experimental there. And, you know, I'm not quite sure. And this one, now that it has the pick, I don't think it'll actually deal pick damage. I need to do a little more work on the actual sort of modifiers and how they all work. Because right now it's sort of set up as a melee weapon. I don't know. Like I said, it's experimental. I think it has lots of promise, but I'm not quite sure if it will work really well. Anyways, I do want feedback and comments. A lot of this stuff will be available on my server soon for testing. So yeah, I think it's worked so better. So gives a lot more options. Okay, Lone Wolf. An idea on model for a rebar spear. Just shave away the tip and make any mod for it. Yeah, I think, like, you know, for example, I wouldn't mind taking like a piece of rebar and just, you know, if you had it all day in real life, but of course not in this, you'd be like, you could scrape it along a hard surface and eventually you'd get a nice sharp point, but I'm not going to make it so tedious for people. I think that's sort of annoying. We're out here too much longer. The zombies' special things are going to change, because I've changed the zombies' reach, and I've also changed their sight, and so they can, at night, they can see you from a very long way away. That is inspiration taken from the Fennec mod, because I loved at night how the zombies always would rush you. It was always, I don't know, it's kind of terrifying, and it makes the nighttime a little more scary. In the day, the zombies aren't so bad with the headshots, but at night, if you mess up on a headshot, they're going to be able to run up and catch you and kill you. So you have to be careful, more careful than normal. But of course, a headshot will still kill them. So I don't know. Lots of different things going on. Okay, let's get over to Ravenhearst maybe, and I'll show more of this. But apparently, everything today, the stream seems good. So that's all that this was meant to be. It was just a stream test. So. Ravenhearst time. So I'm going to end this stream real quick, and I'll start a new one. I'm just might get up and stretch a little bit. So we'll be right back.